Everybody, it's Kim from Mr. Ranch. I have a rant today. I just got off the phone. So here's the deal. My husband works for a hospital, and essentially our prescription insurance is through a mail order pharmacy. I don't know if anybody's dealt with mail order pharmacies before. Um, you know, there's it's great in many ways because you don't have to go downtown to pick your prescriptions up, and you can get a refill for 3 months. But there's a catch. So there's always a catch, right? You know, so basically you have a block of time that you can order the medication. Um, so it will be covered by your insurance. If you order it too early, then they're going to tell you that it can't be covered right now. So you have to find that perfect little window there that you can be on top of the situation to be able to order. And it's really confusing and it's a nightmare. For certain meds, the pharmacy is going to need a written authorization by the attending physician, and they need the ICD-9 codes that go along with that so they can get the medication approved by the pharmacy because it's just they have to make it so complicated. They can't just it can't be easy. I don't understand, but this is what they do. I think it's to drive me crazy. So basically, in plain English, the prescribing doctor is the only one that can complete the paperwork on their website um, to get the prescription filled. My husband and I, we share a website so we can go on and check the status of prescriptions. My name is on there. My prescriptions is on there along with my husband's name and his prescriptions. So I go in there and because I set a notification up on my phone telling me when these certain prescriptions are going to expire. So anyway, I go on there, I look, and then I click the necessary clickers to be sure that our medication is ordered and ready for the next month. Then I'll go back the next day and I'll look to make sure that it says pending and scheduled. But there are certain times that that pending and that scheduled absolutely means nothing. It's just there, I guess, for a place marker. So I don't know. I don't know because I still haven't figured out their system to figure out what's right, what's wrong. So I'm thinking that, everything's okay. And so I go down and I check the mailbox, and there's nothing. So I give them a couple of more days. I go down and check that mailbox again. I feel like a freaking raccoon waiting on DoorDash or something. I don't know. It's so frustrating. It gives me exercise and I get my steps in though. So that's one plus. So I wait and I wait and I wait and I check the website and it still says pending and scheduled. So, and then there's still that shipping date on there. So I'm thinking everything's okay. So I give it some more time and days and days go by. And I know that, I try to do it within the period of time where my husband doesn't run out of his medication because the medication he's on is for diabetes and it's for, he's on a blood thinner and heart medication, high blood pressure medication. I guess it's all kind of normal for somebody over 60. So I wait and wait and wait. And then I give him a call. And so, I say, I explain who I am. I explain who my husband is. They ask me for, certain information that only I or my husband would have. So I pass that test. And then all of a sudden, they can't find the permission form for me to speak on my husband's behalf. This is where I get really frustrated because we've turned in a written form. We've sent it via email. We've sent it via fax. He has even called and spoke with them over the telephone, telling them that it's okay to talk to me because I'm the one that takes care of all of this. And not only do they have that information, we share the website. My prescriptions are on that website just as well as his is. I don't know if it's called a website. I'm just going with website. I don't know. It's where you put in all your prescriptions and then, I don't know. But anyway, but my information is on there too. Why would a random person having all the information call in there and want to refill his prescription and not change an address? If I was a thief, I would definitely want to change the address where the prescription sent. I wouldn't want to have it sent to the person it's supposed to go to. What purpose would that serve if I'm a thief? So anyway, we have the same login. My prescriptions are on there. His prescriptions are on there. Even with all that, they're like, no, we can't talk to you. So I hang up and I call my husband, who is in surgery. He's not getting surgery. He's a surgical tech. So he's in there helping the doctor with the surgery. So he can't call me. He can't answer the phone and he can't call me until his break. And then by that time, I am thoroughly, thoroughly heated. And there could have been some swear words being thrown around. And I was yelling at my poor sheep. And they're just like, what is wrong with you, lady? Take a chill pill and give us some hay. So eventually, after multiple calls and holding what felt like a freaking hostage negotiation, I think that would have been easier. Someone finally tells me, why don't you just call your doctor's office and that would fix the problem. Wouldn't that been so much more simple to say, hey, just give your doctor's office a call instead of sending me chasing my tail? Like, I think the mailman thought I was nuts because she's like, nothing for you again today, Kim. Sorry. Like, are you waiting on something? Am I waiting? Am I waiting on something? Yes, I'm waiting on something. I get that the mail order pharmacies is a big system, but when they leave people without their medications and no information and an inaccurate website that tells you everything's all good, and you find out that you really need to call that doctor, that leaves people in a very bad predicament, especially when they don't have access to a brick and mortar pharmacy. So I think they really need to get their act together, find a way to make the systems work better for people than what they've got going on now, because it's really frustrating. I mean, I'm easygoing. This has got me crazy. I mean, I'm not that person to yell and scream and swear and ask my sheep. They're like, they didn't come near the fence for 2 days after I went out there and fed them. Poor guys. No, not really. They actually understood. I think they tried to make me feel better because they're like, nah, nah. I'm a dork. So, moral of the story, don't listen to the website, double check everything. If you can, get a hold of your doctor and see if the pharmacy has sent them anything, because they assured me that they sent my doctor's office a form for him to log into and complete. Um, I don't know that they did. I don't know that they didn't, but the doctor that we have is really good. So I don't know. But anyway, just double check, make sure all your I's are dotted, your T's are crossed. And if you've ever had any kind of circus fun like this, just drop it in the comments. Let me know. Let me know I'm not the only one that's going crazy over this mail order shenanigans here. I mean, I don't know, but let me know. And if you found this funny or interesting, go ahead and give me a like and a follow. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great day and keep all your eggs in. No, don't keep your eggs in one basket. What am I trying to say? I don't know. Signing out on the Whisper Ranch. Bye, guys.